Imagine Tesla's EBITDA 36xing from today. It's not a fairy tale because we did vote on it, and thank God we all voted on this Elon's pay package trying to bring Tesla stock to $8.5 trillion, and some of the milestones and requirements is one of them reaching 400 billion in EBITDA, which is just absolutely insane. But that's going to be the reality soon, because that's what we voted for, and that's what Elon is going to do. Now, I try to break down what the stock price could be, what the market valuation could be. This got a little complicated. But then Sir Basher, my God, I love this guy. He did it. He made this report article, and we're going to go over it because this is insane. This is a very good way to put into perspective on how insane the stock price could be. If you guys are ready, man, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get down to it. Sir Basher starts off the article, or titles the article, saying that Tesla's market cap when Tesla reaches $400 billion in EBITDA. Elon's 2025 compensation ownership plan has a market cap milestone that are paired with operational financial milestones, something that we already know as well. None of the market cap milestones are in Elon's control, but the operational milestones are fully influenced by his leadership. There are 4 product goals and 6 different, 8 in total, EBITDA milestones, and you guys can take a look here. 20 million total Tesla vehicle delivered, 10 million active FSD subscriptions, that by itself is insane, 1 million bots delivered, 1 million robotaxis in commercial operation. And again, the bots and the robotaxis, if we get either of them at a million, not both, just either one, the stock price is just bananas already. Then we get adjusted EBITDA milestones, 50 billion, 80 billion, 130, 210, 300, and 400 billion, which is just absolutely insane. Sir Basher continues and says, the last EBITDA milestone, reaching $400 billion of adjusted EBITDA, would be a massive achievement. So the question is, what could Tesla's market cap be when the last goal of $400 billion in EBITDA is reached? I love this question. Over the last 12 months, Tesla has generated $11 billion in EBITDA. To get to $400 billion, that would be a 36x increase. That is insane. And you guys can take a look at the chart right here. Look at that. Look how low where it is right now. And keep in mind, this is what the stock price, 430 bucks per share is what it is now with this EBITDA. Imagine what the stock price would be when the EBITDA reaches this high, when it's more than Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet, Apple, Nvidia. And Nvidia is the world's most valuable company, by the way. And Alphabet has more EBITDA power than Nvidia. That's insane. And then Amazon has, I think the strongest one here. No, it's the second strongest one to Alphabet. So just imagine what could happen. CERN continues and says that the combination of Meta, Microsoft, and Alphabet generated $355 billion in EBITDA over the last 12 months. And Apple, Nvidia, and Amazon generated $363 billion in EBITDA over the last 12 months. And you guys can see it in this lovely chart right here. The current Tesla EBITDA right now, the target of $400 billion. And then we have Meta, Microsoft, Google, and Apple, Nvidia, and Amazon right here. That's insane. These are the biggest companies, by the way. And Tesla has to do more than them. A single company has to do more than all these companies combined together. That is insane. Tesla's last market cap milestone was set at 8.5 trillion. But this is a very conservative estimate of what the company's market cap will likely be when it reaches $400 billion in EBITDA. Why? Well, here's the juicy part. Nvidia trades at a multiple of 43x trailing EBITDA. That is insane. Here's a little chart you can see on how they're trailing. You can see the current Tesla EBITDA is 130. That's insane. The target of that, it looks like he's putting it around 21, 22. Meta around 22. Microsoft around 25, 30. Same thing with Alphabet, Apple at nearly 40, Nvidia over 40, as 43 as he mentioned, and Amazon below 20. These are the EBITDA multiples. If we also assume that Tesla trades at about the same level because Tesla would have similar profitability and high growth prospects, then Tesla's market cap would approach $17 trillion. $17 trillion. Guys, do you know what a stock price that is? I gotta do a quick calculation here because, that is insane. If each trillion is around 310 bucks per share, that's about a stock price of nearly 5,300 bucks per share, 5,270 to be exact. That is insane. That is absolutely insane.
But Pejjy, man, 43 multiple, the NVIDIA is doing 75% in margins.
I don't think Tesla's going to be doing 75%. They'll probably do max 60% with the robotaxi and all that kind of stuff. Just, keep being conservative, 75% to 60%. I mean, yeah, these are high margins, but come on. Do you really think it's going to be the same EBITDA? Let's just say 43 EBITDA is not going to happen once Tesla reaches 400 billion in EBITDA. Let's say the average is around 27, 28 or something like that. So we're just going to do 400 billion, multiply that by, let's say, 28, and we get a market cap of 11.2 trillion, which is a stock price of nearly $3,500 per share. I'm just saying, these numbers are insane. These numbers are insane. The numbers that Elon and Tesla has to hit for Elon to get his pay package is insane. It's for sure gonna take Tesla stock to the tens of trillions in terms of market cap. There's no doubt about that. Right now, market cap is 1.5, 1.4, something like that. We're talking about another 8x at least to hit that 10 trillion. I'm thinking by end of this decade, we could probably reach that 10 trillion, in my opinion, over $3,100 per share, in my opinion. But he doesn't stop there. Søren Basher doesn't stop there with these amazing charts. You can see the market capitalization compared to Tesla target, Tesla current, and the current valuations for other companies as well. I mean, that is insane. $17 trillion. So a 36x increase in EBITDA results in about a 12x increase in Tesla's market capitalization. Here's a beautiful chart that he put down, Tesla versus big tech. Tesla at the moment, for the last 12 months, they generated around $11 billion in EBITDA, which is a market cap of over 1.4 trillion, and a market cap to EBITDA or a multiple of nearly 130, which is insane. The target of Tesla, 400 billion for EBITDA for the last 12 months. Let's say this is going to happen by 2033 or something, 2035. And the market cap is 17 trillion if the multiple is 42.5. And you guys can see everybody else, Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet. Last 12 months, EBITDA's 76, 136, 144, market cap 1.6 trillion. It's insane that the fact that we have Alphabet, or let's just say Meta, that they're generating 76 in EBITDA, and they're only valued pretty much almost the same as Tesla, and with an EBITDA of only 21 multiple. That just shows you how much growth is baked into Tesla for the future. Same thing with Apple, Nvidia, Amazon. You guys can see the charts here. The EBITDA for Apple was 33, which I think this is where most likely Tesla's going to trade, around the 30s. I don't think it's going to be as high as 43. I don't think it's going to be as low as 28 or 25. I think it's probably going to be in the mid 35. So let's just take that 400 billion in terms of market cap or EBITDA. Multiply that by 35 EBITDA, that's 14 trillion, guys. That's a stock price of $4,300 per share. The numbers are nutty, right? Like, doesn't matter if it's gonna be worth 14 trillion or 17 trillion. It's above 10 trillion. That's what's the crazy part. So that is insane. Again, I don't think the EBITDA multiple is gonna be like Meta's, Microsoft, or Alphabet. I think it's going to be in between Nvidia's and Apple's, because Tesla's going to have an extremely high growth rate once we have robotaxis and robots and humanoid robots and FSD and energy at mass scale. I think the market is going to realize how much growth there is, more to go, and it's going to be priced in. And then again, hitting 400 billion EBITDA is not easy, guys. That is just the impossible. But there's only one guy who can do that, which is Elon Musk. Søren Basher continues and says that it would rival the combined current value of Meta, Microsoft, Alphabet, Apple, Nvidia, and Amazon today by nearly 20 trillion. Why does a 36x growth in EBITDA result in only a 12x increase in market cap? That's because Tesla is currently trading at a multiple of nearly 130 trillion EBITDA, meaning that investors have already baked in some of the future growth. The stock market is always forward-looking, and we should expect that future multiples will come down, which is absolutely facts, and it makes sense. He concludes by saying that once Tesla reaches $400 billion in EBITDA, the company is well on its way to even bigger things, hundreds of millions or billions of humanoid robots. Thus, its market cap will very likely exceed 8.5 trillion and probably would be more like 17 plus trillion. And if so, Elon's compensation package would be a great deal for investors. So when you put it in this perspective, when we can 12x your investment from now to, let's say, within the next 10 years. What a great deal this is. This is why it was so important to vote for Elon's compensation package, because it's not just for Elon to see what he's going to get and what he needs to do to get what he needs to get. It's for us investors to see what are the milestones, how are we gonna fulfill the mission statement? How are we going to get Tesla to the next level? Well, we have the milestones now in terms of financials and in terms of actual product milestones. 1 million robots, 1 million robotaxis, 20 million vehicles delivered, 10 million FSD subscriptions. There's a succession plan, EBITDA, all these things, trenches. It's so clear for Elon, so clear for us investors, and we see the path going forward. And there's nothing stopping us. There's absolutely nothing stopping us. So this was an awesome report from Stern Basher. I want to get him back on the channel. He's been on the channel a few times. I want to bring him back on and discuss more about this stuff, because I think there's more details to be breaking down, and I think it'll be great value and great insight for all of us. So stay tuned for that. But guys, 17 trillion, 15 trillion, 10 trillion, stock price of $5,000 per share. Let's come down a bit. The question is, when will Tesla stock hit $1,000 per share? That is the question. And I made a video about it right here. So make sure you guys grab your popcorn and and it's a realistic, I took it conservative to the max, and we still got a very interesting timeline. Bear case, bull case, and realistic case right here. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. Subscribe, guys, become a channel member, and I'll see you guys in the next flipping video. Let's go.